What up, kittens and YouTube land? This is your girl Redavyn, another episode of Redavyn's Lives Chroniclez. So, the third video I tried to upload, it did not upload because I think it was too long and I'm still learning how to do this shit, okay? So, yeah, when my editing skills come up to par, it'll be a lot better. But just hang on in there with me. So, yes, my third video was going to be about being a stay-at-home mother. Now, I will say this, being a stay-at-home mother wasn't my ideal plan because I initially moved to Greenville with the intent of working at the BMW plant. But things fell through because a week after I got to Greenville on good old Valentine's Day, I found out about MOOPs. I mean, to my surprise, basically been like 2 years of transitioning for me. And that's just because of circumstances, situations that have happened beyond my control. So I didn't get to work through my pregnancy. I worked 2 jobs, but in total it might have been maybe 4 months or so, give or take, because of the pregnancy, and I was experiencing not so much, I don't label them complications, but they probably would be labeled that by the average person. So I wasn't able to work through my pregnancy like I planned on it. And fast forward to after I had MOOPs, I ended up working with Mr. J's grandfather. Of course, those of you who are just now subscribing or tuning in to these little videos I have posted, Mr. J is my husband. I do not refer to him by his government name because he does no form of social media. I mean, for real. The boy didn't get on damn social media to 2009, and we're talking MySpace. Nobody was on MySpace by then. So, yeah, we ended up, he ended up coming to Greenville in April. I was already there in February. So, like I said, fast forward to after I had MOOPs, I went straight into, 3 months after I had her, I started helping his grandfather, which he had a pacemaker put in 2015, and I was pregnant at the time, of course. So once I had the baby, the family decided they just want to kind of keep it in the family for the time being. And for 7 months, I worked with his grandfather, cooking his breakfast, attending to him whichever way he needed me to. Then after that, it was more or less about me trying to find work again. So I ended up going with Uber. Now, Uber was very interesting. I always met somebody funny, okay? And I mean, I used to post about Uber Chroniclez all the time on Facebook. Like, these people are legit crazy. And Greenville is one of those old school towns, so it's not very big. It's not like my beloved Charlotte. It's not very big. But it has some character, has potential. It has plenty of that. So if you were looking to date a man, Greenville will be your guy. It has potential. I ended up doing that, like I said, never a dull moment. And I mean, it greased my pockets a little bit, but it wasn't enough to really generate. Like, I could probably generate if I was at home, being that it's a lot busier. So then should I say December? Well, let's just say I just ran into some life-altering situations from the beginning of this year, which in hindsight kind of became a blessing in disguise, I guess you want to say. But at the end of the day, though, I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet. That's probably not coming until May, so you're going to have to hold out at least another month or so. So yes, definitely just ran into some life-altering situations, and it pretty much landed me where I'm at now. One thing I will say is that because that situation happened, I am afforded the opportunity to go back to school. It's going to be brief or whatever. It's basically a refresher course for my phlebotomy. And so when I get cleared to do what I need to do, then I will be able, hopefully I'll find myself in a hospital doing what I love. And I mean, don't get me wrong, phlebotomy, trust me, I'm a military vet, and coming out of the military, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I didn't think that I was going to be not playing, but dealing with other people's bodily fluids and functions for a living. And went to school and had been doing it ever since '04, basically. So decided to get back into it because I also am a licensed stylist within the state of North Carolina, but I also wanted to have other things under my belt because everybody needs a fallback plan, baby. You can never be too prepared for when things happen, okay? For another recession, I guess. So yeah, being a stay-at-home mother, I definitely want to put out there that being a stay-at-home mother is I know it's so cliche for me to say this, but it is really a thankless job. There is no overtime, there is no vacation pay, there is no PTO, there are no benefits as outside of seeing your kids grow, of course, but you ain't getting no health benefits for doing this. You do save a ass load on daycare. I mean, that is the best prep. Okay, can't even beat that. And just the fact that you get to see your kids grow. Me becoming a stay-at-home mother, it gave me a whole new respect for stay-at-home mothers and stuff. Not that I thought everybody had it good and they were sitting around eating bonbons or anything. I've never been oblivious to that. However, you have some that homeschool their kids, and I have a sister-in-law that did that for her kids for years, and it's no joke. I know it's not for me because my kids going to school. Shit, that's what teachers get paid for. Shout out to all the teachers. Hats off, head wrap off, wigs off. Tip my hat to y'all, because I'm telling you, that is such a thankless job, and it takes a dedicated individual to dedicate them lives to other people's children, not only just their own when they go home, but just in general. That is just, hey, bless the teacher, okay? For me, I just feel like being a stay-at-home mother, the things that I felt like I missed with my oldest child, being in the military, I didn't realize, because I didn't miss a lot of vital points in his life. I was always there for my baby, but at the same time, being with this baby at home on a regular, like seeing her day to day, minute by minute, hour by hour growing up, it was just like, man, did I miss that with him? Goodness gracious, like, I don't even remember. Like, was this the brief part in his life, or what was it? It's just a joy. She's funny, because right now she's exactly 17 months. Between the ages of 1 and 5 are hilarious, because that's when they're emulating everything. That's when their minds absorb everything like a sponge. Like, they're just funny individuals, and they're coming into their own little personality. By the way, you know who she act like. Okay, not the daddy. She is such a spitfire, just like my grandmother. Oh my God, like, I miss my grandmother more and more. God rest her soul. She passed in October 2012, matter of fact. But yes, she is every spit of my grandmother, and it's like, oh my God, I wish my grandmother was here to witness this in person. So but yeah, being a stay-at-home mother is really no joke. Like, don't ever get life twisted that, oh, we're just sitting around on our asses without a plan in the world, because sometimes you don't know what your circumstances will call you to do. And in my case, my circumstances aren't bad, but at the same time, this, in the situation that I'm in right now, this is what's feasible. This is what makes sense, Then too, with me just only being in Greenville for like 2 years, it's no way that I'm just going to drop my child off at any old damn daycare, because I'm very funny about that. Like, I was always funny with my oldest. I'm most definitely funny about all my kids and where they go. It's not me mother henning or anything, and I know you can't hold your kids' hands through life. That's not what it's about. But at the end of the day, be glad that, because that is such a sacrifice. Whether you're willingly wanting to be a stay-at-home mother or whether circumstances call for the situation, you definitely just don't know how much it takes, how much effort it takes, because when you become a parent, it's no longer about you, it's about that child. But most definitely, when you become a stay-at-home parent, and shout out to dads, because there are stay-at-home fathers, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's one thing if he's just sitting around and ain't doing nothing and ain't trying to help the situation or whatever, but it's a whole nother situation when you have the advantage of, whereas most fathers and some mothers aren't really as vital in their kids' lives as they need to be, at least you can say that the father is there.